there's a drinking game for you. Take a shot every time I say nice and mind this video. Forgot to turn the AC off. It's gonna be loud. And I am sweating like a pig because I had to turn the AC off to film for y'all. And it's 90 degrees here. So yeah, hopefully wherever you are, it's a little bit cooler. Hey friend, how are you today? I'm doing pretty good. I just woke up about 15 minutes ago, so I'm still pretty tired, but I wanted to go ahead and film while everyone else is still asleep. This is kind of like my time in the morning to just kind of relax or clean or cook or do whatever. So I figured this is just the best time for me to clean up. I have my Harry Potter mug today. It's like a little, I think they call it chibi version, or kind of like animated version. Oh, I think it's so cute. And then I'm drinking the Stash chai tea again. I'm going to the grocery store today, so I'm going to try to find one of those like sample packs like I was talking about before, just something that has some different variety in it, because I kind of drink the same like 3 to 5 teas. I just keep rebuying them. So I think I want to get something like that where I can try some other ones, because some people in the comments gave me some really good suggestions for some flavors. Still very hot. But yeah, I love this one, the chai one, and I do want to get another one of these because someone at work actually gave me these, and she gave me like 6, so it wasn't like a whole box. I'm not sure how many come in a box, but I'm gonna guess maybe 20 for the Stash boxes, because they're pretty small. But I do want to get another one of these boxes because, especially like with fall coming up soon, I know I'll drink this a lot more. Same with my cinnamon ones. I actually found that the cinnamon ones, they come in like that metal tin, but you can, oh wait, I have it right here. It comes in this metal tin, but I saw that you can actually buy like a refill bag where, like, to just refill the tea bag, so you don't have to keep buying this tin, which I think is better because I don't want to waste money on like keep buying the tin and have all these tins just laying around. If I can just rebuy the bag. And this has 20 sachets, but I don't know why. I feel like the bag had like 100. Maybe it was 20, I don't know, but I feel like it was like a lot more than this. So, but it'd be good to keep this and just keep refilling it. So the first thing I wanted to do is do an update on my project pan. So I picked out 10 items, and honestly, this was only like a week and a half ago, so I have not been doing this very long, but I've used up so many of them that I just wanted to do an update so I can roll in some new stuff. Stuff that like needs more work, because all of this stuff was pretty close to being empty, or like at least halfway finished anyway. And some of the stuff I'm rolling in is also very close to being finished, but I just wanted to go ahead and update it. That way I can have like a fresh new set of products, and I'm not just looking at the few things I have, because I'm still using everything else, but I just feel like if it's in the actual project pan, it makes me look at it a lot more. So the first 2 things I used up were these shampoos, the Head & Shoulders one and the Dove Bond Strength. I know I already talked about these before, but just briefly in case you haven't seen my other videos. The Dove Bond Strength I really do like. First of all, the smell is delicious. It's like a light floral but kind of clean smell. It's the best way I can describe it. It's not like straight flowers or, you know, like perfume or anything, but it has like a clean, light, florally scent, and I really like that. But it's too heavy for me. If you don't have oily hair, I do really suggest this. Like, that's why I used it up. It was already almost done before I even started the project pan, because it's just really good. But it's just not quite cleansing and clarifying enough for me specifically. And then the Head & Shoulders, I love this. I will repurchase this once I finish up my other shampoos. I'm glad to at least have these 2 out of my collection. I think I still have like 5, maybe 6, I can't remember. I'm gonna update and redo the first video I did where I actually weigh everything, and I want to organize everything in my bathroom. I'm gonna show you guys that, like kind of like how like they do the Shop My Stash. I love that, like creating your own store in your bathroom. I'm not sure what I'm gonna do in my bathroom, or I have a really big cabinet out here in the kitchen on my right. And I feel like that would be better because I don't really like to keep things in the bathroom, because I feel like the temperature, the back and forth temperature isn't really good for certain things, especially because I use a lot of Lush products, which expire faster than some of the other things I have. But also too, I think it's just easier to show you guys because my bathroom fan is really loud, and the light and fan is one switch, so I can't like change it. So I might do it out here. But either way, I'm gonna get that figured out, and I'll show you guys how I wound up getting it together. But I want to be able to have the store so I can do like the shop my stash, because I want to be able to actually see, like, if I'm getting low on a shampoo, like if I have 4 left, okay, I'm definitely not buying one. But if I have, you know, one left, then I might go ahead and start looking. And that still gives me the time to really like do my research and look, because I'm not someone who just impulse buys. I really research a lot, mainly because I have very sensitive, irritated skin, very greasy scalp. Like, it's just one of those things where I've learned over time, I can't just grab something at the store and use it. I have to really like make sure that it will probably work for me before I buy it. So yeah, those are these first 2 gone. So for my conditioner, this is not finished yet, but I remarked it here. So I've used really not that much, considering I've used this like 3 times. Because I haven't used my other conditioner, I just used this one because it's so close to being finished. I guess because it's just such a big bottle that, you know, it's actually going to take me longer than I thought to get through this, but I'm pretty sure by next month I can still finish this off. Because I would like to do an update maybe once a month, or quicker if I have extra things used up, because like I said, I'd rather go ahead and do a video and get new things rolled in than wait until I have only 2 things left and then I'm not focusing on them. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, I still think I can finish this up by the next update, but I'll say probably got like 2 weeks left, so we'll see. I like this conditioner. There's nothing wrong with it. I just don't think it's conditioning enough for my hair. I love the smell. It's a very coconutty but clean type of smell, so I love that. And this is also Keratin Repair Bondplex. I feel like I bought a lot of like bond repair stuff, and I feel like I do not need it because my hair's not dyed. The very, very ends of my hair still have some dye left, is like about maybe that much, but the whole rest isn't. So I just feel like I don't really need to be like pushing towards the bond repair stuff. I think maybe it was just so popular on YouTube for a while. That's kind of what got me into it. But I think going forward, I'm going to like avoid this type and just get more something where the shampoo is really nice and cleansing and the conditioner is just very nice and conditioning. This is something else I finished up. So this is actually a face wash. It's the Naturium Niacinamide Cleansing Jelly 3%. Has niacinamide 3% plus hyaluronic acid and vitamin C. I use this in the shower as a shower gel. I basically just use it on my shoulders, my chest, and my back because I didn't want it near any sensitive area just because it does have the actives in it. But it was actually did really good as a shower gel, but I do not like this as a face wash, and I am actually pretty positive that I cannot tolerate niacinamide. After doing this project, I'm pretty positive I can't. This breaks my face out because I did use it one more time on my face, like just to see, and a couple of the other products have niacinamide. And as soon as I started using these, my face became sensitive and burned. Like when I put my sunscreen on, it burned. My face doesn't ever do that. So even though my face is very irritated and sensitive, I do not think that, I think I can't tolerate niacinamide because I think this is making it a lot worse. So, but like I said, I mean, it was fine on my body, and I don't think there's anything wrong with it. It's like a very gel, glycerin-y type texture. So I think if you like that in a cleanser, you might like this. Unless you are averse to niacinamide, then I would say do not get this. So these 2 sunscreens I also used up. This one from La Roche-Posay, the UV Clear. I love this. This is my favorite American sunscreen. I have another one that I have not opened yet, so eventually I will get to that, but I have a couple that are open and have been used that I want to use first before I crack open another one of these bad boys. And then same with this. I like this, but it's too greasy for my face, but I do think it's a very heavy-duty sunscreen. This is I can't talk. This is the La Roche-Posay Anthelios UV Moon 400 Dermo Pediatrics version. I haven't tried the regular one yet, so I'm not sure how different the pediatric one is, but like I said, I love this. I think it's heavy-duty, but too greasy for me. Like, too greasy for my face. I don't mind it on my body, but on my face, this makes me look like an oil slick, and I have dry skin. I do not have oily skin, so I feel like if you have oily skin, I don't even see how you could wear this unless you're like putting powder or something over it. But I don't wear makeup very often, so I don't like to rely on needing a powder or something like that to set my sunscreen. But if you are going to do that anyway, then maybe that wouldn't be such a big deal. I'm not sure. But yeah, these 2 are gone. And this is the last sunscreen I put in so far. This is the Round Lab Birch Juice one. I have not finished it yet because I was focusing on those 2. I've only used this a couple times. So this one will not be the one I use every day that I focus on using up. I don't know if I'll finish it up by the the next update, but I'm sure it won't take me too long to use it up. Although every time I watch these videos, someone's always like, oh, I'll use it up in 1 month, and then take like 5 months. So, but for me, sunscreen, I usually go through one of these 50 mils a month. So, and considering this is like less than half in there. So yeah, I'm pretty confident I can use this up by the next update. So the next thing is the Sun by Me. This is the AHA, BHA, PHA 30 Days Miracle Serum. Has Centellica asiatica and tea tree. I really like this, but it is too much for my face now. Ever since using adapalene, my face is a lot more sensitive. And that's why, like, for the niacinamide, I'm not 100% sure if it's the niacinamide or if it is just that my skin is a lot more sensitive now. But I've used this every day on my chest and shoulders, every day when I get out of the shower. And if you can see, it's like barely moved. So I'm gonna, and it's funny because I've used like 2 of these now. This is like my 3rd one, and it was just on my face, but I was using it morning and night for like probably a year. So I'd say they lasted me like 6 months each. So looking at this now, I feel like I might actually have like a few months left on this, I would say, but I still feel like I can finish it by like the end of the year, but maybe sooner. But I think this might actually take me a lot longer than I thought, because I thought this was going to be gone by September, and I am definitely not confident in that anymore. Then I have these 2 Lush lotions. I have the Peace, which is like a face moisturizer, and then I have the Dream Cream, which is a body lotion or all over lotion. I did finish up the Dream Cream one on my feet. These are technically both expired, but I mean, I use this on my feet. It seemed fine, but I'm not going to use up this one because this one does not smell right. So I'm going to actually just declutter this. There's not a ton left because, I mean, I was using it every day on my face when I first got it. And I feel like I stopped because this is a very heavy moisturizer and it was very good for winter. And then I think once the summer came around, I think I switched to something else. And then I just never switched back to this when winter came back around, which is what I should have done. So this is something, I mean, I would actually consider rebuying this because it was very good for sensitive skin and it's very moisturizing and heavy. So I wouldn't say everyone would like it, but if you have very dry, sensitive skin, I actually think this is very good. But I am going to declutter this one, and by declutter I mean scoop out the insides, clean it up, and put these with my Back to Lush stack because I have quite a few. I'm sure I have enough now for a face mask, but I live very far from a Lush, so I mean I usually just collect these, and I go to Lush basically like once a year. So, but yeah, that one I'm going to declutter because it doesn't smell bad, but it definitely doesn't smell like what it did. And even just reading it, it says self-preserving moisturizer. And I just feel like when someone commented, which makes so much sense to me, Lush doesn't use a lot of preservatives, which, I mean, I think is totally fine if you're going to use it quickly. Because it says best used within 6 months. And it said it was made on December of 2022. So yeah, this is not good anymore. But like I said, it's technically something I would consider repurchasing because I did like it. It's just because it's gone off. I mean, like I said, it doesn't smell foul or anything, but I don't feel good about using it on my body. And someone was saying in the comments that even if it doesn't irritate or anything, like it's still sinking in and going through your bloodstream and going through your liver. So, I mean, I'm not a doctor or anything, but that makes sense to me that something might do that. So that was the other reason why I was like, you know what? I just should declutter this one. But yeah, there's those 2. So out of my original Project 10 pan, these are the 2 things that are left. And then I'm going to go ahead and be rolling in some stuff. Quick tea break. So I actually wound up using up 3 things that weren't in the Project pan. So I also used this up. It's the Good Molecules Hydrating Facial Cleansing Gel. I'm really surprised by this because I knew there wasn't a lot left. It was like maybe around here, but it was hard to tell because it's so opaque I couldn't like mark it. But one of the reasons I didn't put it in the original 10 was because I didn't think I'd use it up that fast. But I use it as a shower gel. And this is that jelly, glycerin-y type feel, like kind of like how the Naturium one was. And the majority of this was used on my face. Like for probably 6 straight months I used this on my face once a day. And I liked it, but it's very bleh. And it's one of those things where it's like, it says a gentle cleanser to leave skin feeling balanced and hydrated. That is 100% the truth. Like, I don't think there's anything wrong with this cleanser at all. But I just think I like something just a little bit more creamier. Maybe just because I have such dry skin, I don't know. But this is something to where, like, if I was out and I needed a cleanser, like, I would totally use this cleanser. But I wouldn't want to rebuy this large bottle of the cleanser, if that makes sense. Another thing I finished up is this other deuterium. It's the azelaic tropical acid 10%. Once again, this has niacinamide in it, and I'm confident this broke me out. I knew it was almost finished before because for a long time I was using this daily. And I was starting to have problems with my acne. But I was thinking, oh, this is supposed to help my acne. It's azelaic and niacinamide, and it also says it has coffee seed extract. I'm not sure what that does, but you know, it has the niacinamide and the azelaic acid. So I'm like, oh, this should be helping my acne. And I don't know why I'm having a flare up. So I used this for a long time. But I sort of did feel like I was breaking out. But I didn't really think it was because of this. But then just this past week when I was trying to finish it up, which there was only like 3 uses left in it, I couldn't believe that. I thought this was, it's difficult to tell because it's like a metal, so it's like a very substantial packaging. So it was like, I had no idea what was in here. But it only had like 3 uses left. But I now have like a breakout here and a breakout on my forehead somewhere. And I'm confident it's from this because my skin is so irritated. I couldn't do my skincare last night. I had to literally just gently wash my face and put on CeraVe ointment. So once again, I'm just positive it's the niacinamide. So I will not be using or buying anything with niacinamide going forward. If I have anything else that has niacinamide, I'm fine to use it on my body, like my chest, my shoulders, but it cannot go on my face. So yeah, that's another one gone. And the last thing I used up that wasn't in the original pan was this Good Molecules Lightweight Daily Moisturizer. It says, formulate with shea butter, avocado seed oil, and hyaluronic acid to hydrate, smooth, and nourish the skin. I really like this. Once again, this was mainly used up on my face for a long time. But then to use it up this past week, I was using it on like my chest and my shoulders and stuff, which I don't usually do. But once again, I knew there wasn't much because it looked like it was about here. But I was surprised how quickly I used it up because it was like a couple times on my face and a couple times on my chest and it was gone. But this is something I would repurchase if there wasn't another moisturizer I love and want to repurchase, because my favorite Holy Grail moisturizer for my face is the Embryolisse Late Cream Concentrate, whatever it's called. I've used multiple full-size bottles of that. I love it. It never breaks me out. It never burns. I think it's just basic, but like for me, that's a good thing. And I kind of feel the same way with this one, but I just like that one more, so I'd rather repurchase that one and then not, you know, buy another one I'm not going to love as much. Because I just need that one. I don't need different moisturizers. But overall, I do think this is a good moisturizer, and it's a very, very affordable one if you're looking for a very gentle moisturizer that gets the job done, that probably won't irritate you unless you're averse to any of those ingredients or any of the ingredients in it. I think this would probably work for most people. Tea break. So now let's go ahead and get into the things I'm going to be rolling into the project, because I want to keep this a project 10 pan and do like a rolling project 10 pan. At least for now, I think that's kind of a good way for me to focus on a certain set of products. I'm still going to use anything else in my collection as I go, but I just want to like focus on these. So a couple things I think I can finish up pretty quickly, and then a few other things might take a little bit longer, but I feel like I'll refilm a video whenever it is I use up like 5 to 6 items. That way I'm always rolling in at least 5 to 6 items and actually really making progress. So this is the first thing I want to roll in because I'm pretty confident it's almost done. Like, it doesn't even feel like there's anything left in there, and usually you can shake it. I use this on my back. When I get out of the shower, I literally take it like this and just use it on my upper back. I really like it. I've had multiple of these. This is probably my 3rd one. I did try another brand, and I did not like it as much as this. The one thing I will say I don't like about this, though, is that I actually only have 1 lung. And this, I was born early. It's a whole thing, but like I just have 1 lung, so I'm sensitive to breathing irritants. So I don't usually go for spray type things anyway, but I will say this to me is very strong. Like, I make sure the bathroom door's open, and then it's the last thing I do. I spray and then I get out of the bathroom so it can air out, because I will say, like, the first couple times I used this, I wasn't thinking about it. and like the bathroom door was closed, and like I just did it, and then I was like brushing my hair, and then it was actually became difficult for me to breathe. So I don't know if everyone would have that experience. Just maybe it's because I have one lung, I don't know, but it's strong. Like, I mean, I guess it's probably just the salicylic acid, I'm not sure. But in terms of effectiveness on my back, it works very well, and I love how easy it is for me to apply myself, because that's a lot of the problem with my back acne is it's difficult for me to apply anything myself. But I just like using my adapalene there, and my husband or my daughter are so gracious and they'll help me apply it. So I'm not going to repurchase this, but I'm going to use it up. There's nothing wrong with it. I mean, I've repurchased it multiple times. I like it, but I just feel like the adapalene works just fine there, and I'd rather just get rid of this random extra item I don't technically need and just use the adapalene for my face and my back. Next is this shaving cream. It is almost done. Like, I can just tell it's getting really hard to pump. I'm like having to do that to get it out. And I think what I'm going to do is either try to like decant it or maybe mix a little bit of water in with it. I didn't really want to do that because I don't want like bacteria to start growing, but I feel like if I use it daily and get it done within like a week, I'm not nervous about that. But I think the best thing to do would be to be able to decant it. So I might try to do that. I have those old Lush containers, so I might try to just go ahead and just decant this into one of those. And that will also help me see how much there is, but I know there's not a lot because I've used this loads of times. I can't even believe there's still cream in it. So if I had to guess, I would say it's probably like to there. But once again, this is so opaque, it's difficult to see. So, but yeah, I'm pretty confident it's gonna be done soon. There's nothing wrong with this item. I think it smells good. It's vanilla lavender, and I would say that's exactly what it smells like. It's just I don't care for shaving cream. I use Dove bar soap on my whole body, and I'm totally fine with just using that on my legs to shave as well. So I just don't need this, but I'm gonna use it up because there's nothing wrong with it. So the next thing I want to roll in is this Pantene Volume and Body Shampoo. I mean, there's not a lot in terms of the like how far it is up the bottle, but it is a chunky bottle, so I still feel like this is a decent amount. But I use this as a shampoo, I use it as a body wash, and I will use it to clean the tub and the toilet. So thank you so much for whoever gave me that idea. I will put it over there, because she said use things you don't like as cleaning products, like as like toilet bowl cleaner or something, and I'm like, that is literally genius. Because toilet bowl cleaner and just other cleaners are very expensive anyway, so I might as well just use what I already have, and especially if I don't love it on my hair. And I don't really love this on my hair. I mean, I think it's extremely cleansing, but like too much cleansing. And I already have extremely oily, sensitive scalp, so the fact that this is cleaning it too much just goes to show like how strong this is. I don't think there's anything wrong with that, but I just think if you don't need a super cleansing shampoo, like, don't buy this, because this is just like, this is for people who need like I feel like this should be called like a clarifying shampoo, not just body and volume. It should be like straight up, this is a clarifying shampoo, because it is strong. But I have used tons of it, and the majority of this right here has been for my hair. And just recently I've been using it to also wash my body and my shower. So hopefully I can use this up relatively quickly because I don't love it for my hair. This is a quick one to talk about because it's just a mini version of that same Good Molecules one that I already used up. This one is pretty much new, so this might take me a little while to use. It's an ounce, but this is my last face moisturizer. So I can go ahead and purchase that Embryolisse one shortly. I mean, this should give me like at least a month, I think, of time, so I don't need to purchase it like right away. But I buy my Embryolisse off of Cocoon Center with my sunscreens, so hopefully I can get through maybe like 2 more sunscreens in that time, and then I can do my Cocoon Center order, which would be the Embryolisse and a couple of the Eucerin sunscreens. And I want to buy an extra Eucerin sunscreen because I've been really thinking about what I want to do if we ever hit 500 subscribers. Like, I mean, I know that's a while away, but I was really thinking about, like, I really want to do something for you guys. I just don't know what. And I've had like a few comments about the sunscreen and people saying like they've heard other people like the Eucerin one. To me, the Eucerin is just an absolute holy grail for me. Now, I have heard negative reviews about it, mainly with peeling when people put makeup over it. Once again, I barely wear makeup, so that's just not a problem with me. But if you do wear makeup every day and you need your sunscreen to sit well under the makeup, then it might not be good for you. But for me, just for day-to-day not wearing makeup, like, I love it. It's a very satiny, smoothing finish. It almost feels like I put makeup primer on. but moisturizing. It's not like the silicone unseen sunscreen by Supergoop. It is still like a moisturizing. It does have a high alcohol content. It doesn't bother me, but if that bothers you, that might be something else you don't like. But anyway, I said all that to say that I want to do a giveaway for 500 subscribers, and I think one of the things I want to do is that Eucerin sunscreen. So I think it'd just be a good way to get it into someone's hands, and especially if you're here in the U.S., it's not easy to get a hold of. So I think that would be just like a really good giveaway item. That it's something like I absolutely love, and I feel like it would work for a lot of people. So that's one of the things I want to do for a 500 subscriber giveaway if we ever get there. And so at that same order, I can go ahead and order my other Eucerin sunscreens for myself, and then that Embryo Elise cream. And I'll usually get like 2 of each because like, I mean, I'll use them. So those are things I do not have a problem with using up. So, but yeah, so I have this to last me until then. And I'm not going to be using this on my body, just my face, because I don't want to use it up too soon and have to place that order any sooner than I have to. So the reason I said that was my last face cream is because I am not using this on my face. This is the Dr. Althea 345 Relief Cream. So I did not realize, which is ridiculous because the ingredients are literally right on the front of the bottle, but I guess I just didn't pay attention. So many people were saying how great this is for sensitive and acne prone skin that I was like, oh, I'm going to try that. And I have used up a lot of it. But I never use it like consistently. Like it'd always be like 1 or 2 days a week, not like every day in a row. But I was using it more frequently this week, you know, just to use things up. And like I said, I had the face breakouts. This was burning my skin so bad. And so I don't know if it's necessarily this, but this has a ton of like fragrance oils and plant extracts and stuff in it. I don't even think there's anything wrong with having those types of things in your product, but for me, with my very sensitive skin on my face, I would just rather not have something that is like, I didn't realize this is like basically filled with botanicals. And once again, it has niacinamide in it, so I don't know if that could also be what's triggering it. But in terms of the texture and everything, I like it. I'm still going to use it up on my chest and my shoulders because, like my forearms, anything like that, because it doesn't bother those. But this is definitely not going back on my face. So another thing I want to try to use up is this toner. It's the Numbuzin or Numbuzin. I'm not quite sure how to say it, but I always say Numbuzin. And it's the Pure Full Calming Herb Toner. So I think this absolutely does nothing. It's just, to me, it just feels like I'm putting water on my face. But I used it last night when my skin was extremely irritated. Like I said, I couldn't even do my skincare last night. I literally gently washed my face, put this on, and then just put CeraVe ointment on. And when I put this on, it did not burn. But yesterday morning, just putting my Birch Juice sunscreen on, which never burns my skin, it burned. So whatever this is, it does not have anything irritating in it. And I'm pretty sure it does have Centella asiatica in it, which I think my skin really likes. It's just I feel like a lot of times those types of products also will have like niacinamide or something in them. So I really think it's the niacinamide. I mean, there's a drinking game for you. Take a shot every time I say niacinamide this video. I feel confident using this on my face and my body. So, and I think it will take me a while because I mean, there's pretty good amount. I'm going to mark these things before I put them away. But I don't feel, as of right now, I don't feel uncomfortable using. That might change, you know, maybe it does make my face sensitive, I don't know, but as of now, like, I feel fine using this on my face, so I do want to try to use this up. Because this bad boy, I'm pretty sure I spent like 20 bucks on this, so I really don't want to just throw it away. And it's not expired or anything. This is like less than a year old, so yeah. Then I'm going to add in my Rovectin cleanser. This is the Gentle Cleansing Gel. It has hyaluronic acid, protease, cocoa betaine, and glycerin. I've used multiple of these as well. This is at least my second, but it might be my third because I used to have a different packaging, the Rovectin. They've made it like very minimalist now, but it used to have like really bright, like aqua letters on the front. I like this a lot, but once again, this is that jelly, glycerin-y, hydrating type of face wash, and I really just feel like I gravitate towards those more creamy, nourishing ones. And in fact, I really, really love the solid one from Etique. I cannot remember what it's called, but it's not the green one, it's the white one. And it's like hydrating. The green one is more cleansing for oily skin, the white one's more hydrating. And I believe, if I remember correctly, it has a coconutty type of, a very light coconutty scent to it. But I just remembered I loved that one. I got a full size one and it was like huge. It took me like over a year to use, but I use it every day and I loved it. So I would really like to go back to that. And I'm not sure if they have sample sizes of them or not, because I feel like Atique changed their line. They don't have sample sizes anymore. But if not, I still feel confident buying the full one because if anything, if they change the formula or something and I don't love it anymore, I'll use it on my body. But I really want to go back to that one. So this is my last face wash because that Good Molecule ones was the other one I had. Now I have two cleansing balms, but I don't have any other like regular face washes. And I only use the cleansing balm when I wear makeup or if I have reapplied sunscreen like multiple times. Just going my everyday job, I work at a bank, just going there, I don't reapply. So I feel totally fine just doing like a single cleanse with this at the end of the night. But if I put makeup on or if I'm outside and I put sunscreen on like, you know, a second or third time, then I will use the cleansing balm first just to make sure all that stuff comes off. But yeah, nothing wrong with this. I think it's great. It's very gentle. If you struggle with finding a cleanser that cleans but is very gentle, this is very good. But I would just rather go with the Atique one that I know I love. So the last thing I really want to focus on for these 10 items is my Laneige Lip Sleeping Mask. I can't remember the smell of this, but I feel like it was like lime or something like that. I mean, that's what it definitely smells like. It smells really good. I'm not really one to go for lime, but this almost smells like key lime. But it's about halfway finished. And I've put it in my bathroom cabinet, so I'm using it at least once a day, if not twice a day. So I don't think I'm going to get to this like super quickly, but I really want to absolutely focus on this because this is about 2 years old now. It smells totally fine. Like I don't think there's anything wrong with it, but it's just something I want to move out as fast as I can. It smells so good. So yeah, this is just one of those things. I just kind of want to get rid of it because I spent quite a good bit of money on it. There's nothing wrong with it. I just don't really prefer putting such a heavy thing on my lips. And when I put my ointments on my face at night after my Adapalene, like my CeraVe, I just rub that across my lips too. So I don't really feel the need to have like a separate lip product. So once this is gone, I won't be purchasing anything else that's like specifically for my lips. I'll just continue to use my ointment. So that is everything for what I already used up and then rolling everything into my new Project 10 pan. I think I'm just gonna kind of keep it as a rolling one. So that'll be my new 10 that I focus on, and then I probably won't make another specific Project Pan update until I finish at least 5 of these. Or if like a month goes by and I haven't finished up 5, I might still just do another one just so you can see like the progress, because I want to do it at least once a month so I can see what a month of progress is, because I feel like that also helps me when I'm buying things to be like, okay, like I know this volume of shampoo takes me 8 months to use. So it just helps me to be more conscious about what I buy in the future. The last thing I wanted to do was actually show you what I'm knitting. This is very random, but I've mentioned like I love to knit, and someone mentioned in the comments that they would be interested in seeing what I was knitting. So I don't want to make this like a huge part just because I don't know how many people would enjoy actually watching it, but it is something that I love so much, and I'm very proud of what I'm making right now, so I'd love to show you guys if that's okay. So firstly, this is the book that I'm using. It's just a book of squares, of different patterned squares, and this is a really great gift. If you know anyone that knits and like they're very serious about knitting, this would be a very good gift idea, because it's just a bunch of different stitch patterns. So you can make the squares, or you could use this if you're making a sweater or scarf or anything else. You could just use these same stitch patterns. So it gives you a lot of ideas as a knitter. So I'm making those squares into a blanket for my daughter. So this is the color of the yarn I'm using right now. And this is the square that I'm working on. I think this is my 7th one, I think. And I think I need to have 24, I think was the size blanket I was making. So I mean, I still have a ways to go. But I absolutely love knitting. It's so calming, it's so relaxing. Something I'd be really actually interested in doing is making like some videos of like just me knitting and like sitting there and talking to you guys, because it's just, this is so relaxing to talk, because like I mentioned in my other videos, I'm an introvert. I don't have any real life friends. and I really feel like I'm getting to connect with everyone just by talking to the camera. It doesn't feel like it really like right at the time when I'm filming, but as soon as I start reading comments, it's like I'm having a conversation now, you know what I mean? And I think I've struggled so much over the years with loneliness and not being able to connect that I would love to make some videos that, and I'll just like put them in their own playlist so you don't need to feel like you need to watch them if you're more into the Project Pan and everything. But just some like sit and knit videos, maybe just like talking about what I did today and stuff like that. And just like a calm, relaxing video that you can watch if you want to read or knit or anything like that that's quiet and you just want to have some company with you, because that's really what I'm making these videos for. To encourage myself to use up this stuff that I really shouldn't have in the first place and get my house in order and get my life in order, things like that. But also too, like just to have that company and that connection that is just, I'm finding it's just becoming harder and harder and harder to achieve. I mean, I'm seeing so much stuff now too about like the shorts, like shorts or reels or, you know, TikToks, whatever you call them. And they're like, you know, if you can't get someone's attention in 3 seconds, they'll scroll. Why? Why should we have to be able to hook someone in 3 seconds? I mean, you know, when I'm on YouTube, I don't watch things like that. I watch slow content, cozy content, intentional content, where it's like I'm getting to know someone, I'm getting a sneak peek into their life. And while I'm doing that, I'm also, you know, knitting or something like that, or reading or something. And it's just, it gives me someone to spend the day with, or, you know, that half an hour with, whatever it is. I mean, when I'm eating dinner, and it's not very often, but now if I'm eating dinner alone, it used to be almost every night I ate dinner alone. And I would turn on YouTube and I would be like, oh, you know, me hang out with my friend. And so I want to link 2 channels in the description box. I love both of these ladies. I've never talked to them before, you know, I've just watched their videos, but they encouraged me to start this channel just by watching them. And these are 2 people that I love to hang out with. And I always say hang out instead of watch, because that's what I feel like I'm doing. And both of them have encouraged me through their project stuff. The one does like some finances and stuff too. So it's like, I just feel like I'm hanging out with someone else that's like-minded, and it's just really encouraged me to like keep going. And I want to do that for you guys if I can. So that is everything for today. I am going to go drop off those donation bags at the thrift store where I did my closet clean out. I'm going to take those to the thrift store today. And then when I go shopping today, I want to get some tea. So I think I'm going to put all that stuff together into like a little mini vlog for later this evening of going shopping with me, donating items with me, getting unready with me, and doing my skincare with me, and just having a really good chat, because I really need to get some advice on my skin. I am just, it's become just so irritated. And someone in the comments talked about skin barrier. I don't know a lot about those types of things. I'm not a huge like beauty tube watcher. And also too, personally, I find it so difficult to tell the difference between someone selling me something and someone actually really liking something. And so that's why I'd rather any of you guys type in the comments like, I love this, I'm going to trust that so much more. And that's something about everything I use too. I mean, none of this stuff was sent to me for free. I'm not sponsored. Like, I'm just a regular person that bought all of these things. And a lot of these things I bought because I fell into hype on an influencer that now I realize that they were just getting paid to say it. So, that's not something I'm interested in. It's not something I'm ever going to be interested in, regardless of if one day I have 20,000 subscribers. I don't care for sponsorships. I think there's nothing wrong with making money, but that's also why I have a job. And even if this at any point in time was like my full-time job, I wouldn't want that to be the way that I make money. It's like, I'm literally starting my channel to say I want to use up things that I don't want in my life anymore, that's not serving me a purpose. Why would I accept money to tell you to buy things that are going to sit in your life and not serve a purpose? That just does not make sense to me. So anyway, friend, I hope you had a great time today. I'm looking forward to seeing you again soon. Bye.